Hey, Bayek, it's me, and in today's video, I'm looking at this. This is Monty Python's The Meaning of Life from 1983. This is the last of their films, um, and I think it's a great film. I really enjoyed it. Yes, so it's 90 minutes long. Rotten Tomatoes, they give it 86%, which I suppose isn't bad for them. At the time, the critics, I think, were quite happy with this, though they felt it was not quite as good as The Holy Grail or The Life of Brian. But I think it stands up well. Of course, this is being the last one. This is the last time we see the six of them together. Sadly, now today, two of them are not with us. So it's written and starring Graham Chapman, who's say not with us now. And then we've got John Cleese, we've got Terry Gilliam, we've got Eric Idle, and we've got Terry Jones, who sadly again is not with us. And then we've got Michael Palin. It is directed as well by Terry Jones, and he does a great job. He's very talented, he's Terry Jones. He did a lot of writing, as well as serious kind of writing as well, about history. Had a very sort of historical background and did wrote history books as well. A very talented man he was. Now, this was made on a budget of $9 million. And at the box office, it made $42.7 million, which I think is pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's very good. Now, I went to see this when it was released, and it was interesting because right at the beginning, when this film it starts, you get this short film. Yes, and this short film was The Crimson Permanent Assurance. And it was written and directed by Terry Gilliam. And when you watch it now, they put it there in front of the film. And it's brilliant to see it. Because when you used to go before, you used to see these short films before the main feature. In those old days. So it's really good to see. Now, this film was actually banned in Ireland, I think because of some of the religious context of it. So there's always a certain amount of controversy, as we knew with Life of Brian. This certainly had a good pop at certain targets who were not that pleased about it. So we've got that. Now, locations are interesting. We've got Battersea Power Station. They use that. Now, they used Colne in Lancashire. Hey, I'm saying, what for the Yorkshire sketch part of it? Yes, one bit of the Yorkshireman, Michael Palin, is filmed in Lancashire. That's the code. Then we've got Ilkley Moor. Now back to Yorkshire again. Ilkley, yeah, they did filming there. And they also did some at Malham, that's Yorkshire, and Cartwright Hall in Bradford, at Manningham, of course, Manningham and Bradford, and Keighley. Yes, Keighley. We've got filming in Keighley, and also at East Riddlesden Hall in Keighley. Brilliant. I love it. We've also got quite a scene. The Churchill College at Cambridge University. It's an outstanding bit. I remember going around Cambridge and seeing the university. There's some amazing buildings there, and we see this Churchill College there. Absolutely fantastic. So there's some of the locations in this film. Now there was another sort of bit of the film called The Adventures of Martin Luther, which would have been inserted at a certain point in this film, but that didn't go in. We've seen it as an extra. It's a pity as well it didn't go in, because I think it fits quite well, but it didn't. Anyhow, it didn't go in, so there we are. Yeah. That short film, incidentally, The Crimson Permanent Assurance, is about these sort of elderly clerks who don't like the yuppies, and it's them attacking the yuppies in their big smart buildings, and they're like pirates, and it's very good. It's very funny. Anyhow, this film opens with 6 goldfish, and they're greeting each other, and then they see one of their friends being eaten on a plate, because they're in a restaurant, you see, and from that they decide, oh, what is the meaning of life? What's it all about? And that's when it goes into the film. So we get, it's in certain sections, you get certain titles coming up. So we get The Miracle of Birth. And that includes, of course, the brilliant, absolutely brilliant scene we've got. This Roman Catholic man who's a Yorkshireman. And it's, of course, who else could play it but, of course, Michael Palin. He's so good at this as the Yorkshireman. But what they brilliantly do, and they spent a lot of money on this, brilliant lyrics as well. This is it's a musical number, and the song is "Every Sperm Is Sacred." It is absolutely brilliant. As soon as you see it, you think, wow, and it's so satirical. Of course, that would upset a few people as well. And it's after this when we get the Protestant man talking about, hey, my rights as a Protestant, and I can wear one of these things on end of me, you know what, and they can't, they're Catholics, and we get all that, and that's where we would have got the Martin Luther, The Adventures of Martin Luther. I wish they'd have been able to put that in, but they didn't. But we still see it anyhow. So we get that with the brilliant say, "Every sperm is sacred," and then we get growth and learning, and then we get fighting each other, which is about all the war bits. You get all the sketches about war and stuff like that. Then we get the middle of the film. You have the bit where you call the middle of the film. And then, in a rather surreal bit, we get the Crimson Permanent Assurance people interrupting the film. They come in and interrupt the film, then they get rid of it. It's quite brief, but it's there. And then we get the autumn years. Now, this is the controversial bit as well, because this has Mr. Creosote in it, who's to put it bluntly, it is totally gross out time. He's this big fat man who is so fat and he can't stop eating and eating. He eats everything and he's disgusting. And yes, you've got to have a stomach watching it. I think actually that upset some people who couldn't stomach it, if you pardon the thing. Because it is quite revolting and gross. But it's in there, and it's a memorable scene that you never forget. Yeah, if that doesn't put people off overeating, I don't know what would. And then after that, we get the next section, which is called Death. And in it, we get the Grim Reaper. You've got to have Grim Reaper, haven't you, if you've got a bit of death. And we get this one, though. I absolutely love it, because we've got like the musical bit style. We get like this Christmas in heaven, and it's like set in this like Las Vegas style place, and they're singing away about Christmas in heaven. It's wonderful. It's so funny. It's a brilliant sort of end of the film kind of scenes, and that is in a way the climax. And then of course the hostess who we'd seen in the sort of intermission bit, I mentioned the middle of the film, comes on. We see her sat down and she opens the envelope and reveals what the meaning of life is. I'm not going to tell you what the meaning of life is. But I think some of you might have guessed, I'm probably sure. But there we are. It is that's absolutely brilliant. Now I've only skirted over some of the scenes. There's so many good scenes in here. Some extremely funny. I think some work really well. Some maybe not quite as well, but mostly I think they hit the mark. It's just an absolute joy and pleasure to watch, and I absolutely love it. I think the scenes that are so outstanding, you cannot forget them. They stay in your mind. Yes, they do. But that song, you sort of even start singing it about every sperm is sacred. I think it was up for an awards as well, but it didn't. It should have won. It should have won. It's as the song, best original song, definitely. Oh yeah, I can't recommend this film. I just absolutely love it. You will get people who are not as keen on it. I've seen it, as I said, on YouTube, but I love it. I can't say enough about it, and I've got a 4K copy of it as well. And also, I'd just like to say, wow, whoever's done this, they've done a brilliant job. The extras, and there's a brilliant 2013 get together of 5 of them, of the 5 then. Because Terry Jones is on this, and that is so good. You get a really great insight into the writing process as well, and they're having fun. You can see the dynamics between them all. It's wonderful to see, and of course, I just absolutely love it. And then you get an absolute stack of extras of the deleted scenes, extended scenes, and that's why you get the Martin Luther as well. They've put on. We see the Martin Luther one that didn't get in, but you wish it had. You really wish it had. But there we are. So yeah, this is, and I think the picture's great, absolutely wonderful, and that incidentally was all on the 4K disc. And here we have the 4K disc there. You see it there? It's on there. And then there's a Blu-ray disc as well. Wow. This is... Okay, there's no slipcover. I can hear you say, where's slipcover? Hey, buy it. There ain't one. But I'm not bothered. It's what the film is. It's the film that's important. I know we all say that, but it is true. It's true. The film is important. I know some people go mad about doing a slipcover, but hey, it's life, isn't it? Meaning of life, yeah. No slipcovers. Yeah. Anyhow, that's it. I think that's it. Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Yeah. Right. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and we'll let you know when I put out these videos. You can see all the things on a playlist that I do, all the films and TV series, often with a nostalgia base as well. Just into all that stuff. And music, yeah, I do a bit of music. Yeah, I like my music. Yeah, by heck I do. But if you like this video, please give this video a like. Just give it a like. Click the button, and it gets it out onto YouTube and algorithms and all that stuff. It'd be really grand, I'll tell you. And also, if you've got any comments, put your comments down. I'd love to read your comments, yeah, and I'll answer everyone. Aye, back. So, that's it, I think. Yes, I've finished. So, all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.